If you're between 18 and 25, I want to have a little chat with you. Just the other day, I was sitting on a bench after my morning run when this 19-year-old kid sat down next to me. He told me he's about to graduate high school and start college, but guess what? He has no idea what he wants to do with his life. Does that sound familiar to you? He started asking me all these questions. What do you do for a living? How did you figure out what you wanted to do? Would you do anything differently if you could? And honestly, it hit me. He reminded me a lot of myself when I was his age, full of questions, but not many answers. So as I walked home, I thought about all the advice I wish someone had given me when I was 18, things I would love to tell my younger self if I could. And that got me thinking, what if I shared those things with you? Because let's face it, this age can be confusing, but it's also full of potential. So if you've ever felt like you're just going with the flow, but wish you had a bit more direction, stick around. Because I've got some things to share that I think you might just find helpful, maybe even life-changing. So let's begin. When you're between 18 and 25, the world feels like it's both wide open and incredibly confusing. You're standing on the edge of adulthood, ready to jump, but maybe you're not quite sure where you'll land. I've been there, and if I could go back, there are a few things I'd tell my younger self, things I'd like to share with you now. First, commit yourself to making lots of little mistakes when you're young. Mistakes aren't something to fear, they're something to embrace. They teach you lessons that no classroom ever could. The biggest mistake you can make is doing nothing at all because you're scared of failing. I've seen it too many times. People waiting, hesitating, doubting themselves. But remember this, if you never take action, you'll never know what could have been. You'll be stuck in the same place, wondering, what if, for the rest of your life? In life, it's rarely about getting a chance. It's about taking a chance. You'll never be 100% sure something will work out, but you can be 100% sure that doing nothing won't work. So go for it. Even if things don't turn out the way you hoped, you'll either succeed or you'll learn something valuable. It's a win-win situation. As the saying goes, the only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Now let's talk about what other people think of you. Here's the truth. It doesn't matter nearly as much as you might think. When I was 18, I let the opinions of others steer me away from ideas and goals I truly believed in. I cared too much about what my peers thought. But looking back now, I realize how foolish that was. Most of those people whose opinions I cared about are no longer in my life, unless you're trying to make a great first impression, like in a job interview or on a first date. Don't let other people's opinions hold you back. What they think and say about you isn't nearly as important as how you feel about yourself. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. As Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said, focus on your own path, your own values, and your own happiness. That's what truly matters. Then, find work you appreciate doing. This might be one of the most important pieces of advice I can give you. Don't pick a career just because it's popular or because it's what others expect of you. Don't choose a major because it's supposed to lead to the highest paying job. Instead, think about what you genuinely enjoy doing. What interests you? What excites you? When you find work that aligns with your values and interests, you'll find success in your own way. Invest in yourself. When you're young, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of life. But one thing I've learned is that investing in yourself daily is one of the most important things you can do. Whether it's learning something new, taking care of your health, or just spending a little time reflecting on your goals, this investment pays off in ways you can't even imagine. You are a product of what you know. The more you learn, the more control you have over your life. Knowledge opens doors, creates opportunities, and helps you navigate the challenges that come your way. So don't be afraid to spend time, energy, and even a little money on acquiring new skills or experiences. It's not just about getting a degree or a certification, although those can be valuable. It's about continually growing, evolving, and bettering yourself. This habit will change your life trajectory, leading you to places you never thought possible. Embrace new experiences. Life is a collection of experiences, each one shaping you into the person you're meant to be. But sometimes, fear holds us back from trying new things. We worry about failing or we're scared of what others might think. I've been there too, but I've realized that those fears are often misplaced. The more experiences you have, the richer your life becomes. Your life story is written through these experiences. It's not always about the big moments. Sometimes it's the small, seemingly insignificant ones that have the most impact. So don't shy away from exploring new ideas and opportunities. Try that new hobby, take that trip, start that project you've been dreaming about. Each new experience is a chapter in your life story, and you want your story to be as interesting as possible. Prioritize what matters. One of the best pieces of advice I could give is to focus on what matters most. Every day, start with the most important task. I can't stress this enough. When you tackle the most critical thing first, everything else falls into place. This habit can change your life. It's like putting the big rocks in the jar first. Once they're in, everything else fits around them. Think of it like managing your money. If you wait until the end of the month to save, you'll likely have nothing left to save. But if you set aside savings first, you'll make the rest work with what you have. The same goes for your time. Prioritize what's important, and don't leave it to chance. Start your day with purpose, and the rest will take care of itself. Focus on one thing at a time. We live in a world full of distractions. With notifications pinging every few minutes and endless tabs open on our browsers, it's easy to fall into the trap of multitasking. But let me tell you, multitasking is a myth. It's a productivity killer. When you focus on one thing at a time, the quality of your work improves, and you get things done faster. I've seen it firsthand. When I used to juggle multiple tasks at once, I'd end up stressed, overwhelmed, and with a mountain of half-finished projects. But when I started focusing on one thing at a time, I found I was more productive, less stressed, and my work was better. So take a deep breath. Close those extra tabs and focus. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Take action, even if it's not perfect. One of the biggest advantages of youth is the ability to take risks. You have your whole life ahead of you, and now is the time to be bold. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Just start. Whether it's a new project, a business idea, or even just a personal goal, take that first step. You can perfect it later. People who take action get rewarded more often than those who don't. Yes, you'll fail sometimes, but that's part of the process. Don't let procrastination become a habit. Be a doer, not a dreamer. When in doubt, take action. As the saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So start now and worry about the details later. Be consistent in what you do. When we're young and full of ambition, it's easy to think that we need to be in constant motion, always grinding and hustling. But while there is a time and place for that mindset, it's not sustainable in the long run. I've been there, working nonstop, pushing myself to the limit, thinking that was the only way to achieve success. And yes, you can accomplish amazing things with that drive, but it's not something you can maintain forever. Consistency is key, and to be consistent, you need to pace yourself. Take breaks. It might sound counterintuitive, but taking breaks is essential to maintaining that consistency. You need to disengage every once in a while to recharge and get motivated again. Think about it like this. After a vacation, you often feel refreshed and ready to dive back into work. That same feeling can be replicated on a smaller scale every week if you allow yourself to take time off regularly. It's okay to have a day where you just relax, reflect, and be grateful for what you've accomplished. Celebrate your milestones, no matter how small they seem. This will keep you motivated and make the hard work worth it. As you journey through life, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Traveling alone is one of the most effective ways to do this. When you travel solo, especially to places where you don't speak the language or know anyone, you're forced to rely on yourself in ways you'd never imagined. You meet people with different values, cultures, and philosophies. You learn to navigate unfamiliar situations, which helps you grow and gain a new perspective. Traveling alone isn't just about exploring new places. It's about exploring who you are outside the bubble of your daily life. Finding your purpose is something many of us struggle with, and it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a lot of life experiences. The sooner you figure it out, the sooner you can align your activities with your core values. And once your values and actions are in sync, you'll find that your life becomes more productive and fulfilling. This is why traveling alone can be so powerful. It speeds up the process of discovering what truly matters to you. In addition to traveling, spending time alone in silence each day can be transformative. It's in these quiet moments that you can truly think, plan, and reflect. Silence allows your mind to wander and dream, giving you the space to map out what's worth your time and energy. Most of the stress we experience daily comes not from the events themselves, but from how we react to them. When you take a few minutes each day to sit in silence, you can practice adjusting your inner response to stress. This inner calmness is a superpower that frees you to focus more effectively on what truly matters. Keep pushing forward. In the end, life is about moving forward, learning from your experiences, and continuing to grow. Don't get stuck waiting for the perfect moment or the approval of others. Invest in yourself, embrace new opportunities, prioritize what matters, focus on one thing at a time, and most importantly, take action. Your future self will thank you for it. These are the lessons I wish I had known when I was 18, and I hope they help guide you as you navigate this exciting, challenging time in your life, no matter how old you are. I hope these reminders resonate with you. Life has a way of unfolding just as it should. Laugh when you can, apologize when it's needed, and let go of what you can't control. Everything changes with time, so try not to hold on too tightly. Life may be short, but it's filled with beauty and wonder. So enjoy the ride, embrace the ups and downs, and be kind to yourself along the way. Remember, it's your journey. Make it one you're proud of. Which of these tips do you think will make the biggest difference in your life? And which ones have you already started putting into practice? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you think someone else could benefit from this video, don't forget to share it with them. After all, we have to ascend together.